You know that feeling, don't you? That heavy, frustrating inertia.
Oh, yeah.
You have a mental list. Maybe you even know exactly what you should be doing, but, well, the drive just isn't there. It feels like your wheels are just spinning, but you're completely stuck.
Like the battery's flat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you can't quite figure out how to recharge it.
It's such a universal experience, though. We've all been there. So today, on the deep dive, we're really plunging into this whole phenomenon, this feeling unmotivated.
Right.
Our mission, really, is to pull back the curtain a bit on why we get stuck.
Yeah.
And, maybe more importantly, offer some simple, really actionable strategies.
Strategies from where?
Well, from psychology, personal well-being, productivity. We've kind of sifted through a whole stack of insights, stuff to help you reignite that inner spark.
Okay, good. Because we do have some really compelling sources for this deep dive, giving different angles,
Definitely diverse.
Yeah, from mindfulness exercises all the way to practical project management stuff. We're aiming to give you concrete steps, maybe a few aha moments along the way, hopefully, to help you navigate those sticky spots and actually get moving again.
Let's do it.
So, okay, when we're in that frustrating stuck zone, what's really going on? Underneath it all? Is it just us failing somehow?
Well, that's the fascinating thing. Feeling stuck, it isn't really a flaw. It's actually a pretty natural part of life. Very human.
Okay.
Those feelings, overwhelm, not knowing where to start, maybe even doubting yourself. They aren't signs you failed. They're more like signals.
Signals of what?
Signals that you're in a transition period.
Yeah.
Maybe a necessary regeneration process for personal growth. Think of it less like a breakdown, more like a reboot.
A reboot. I like that.
Yeah, a sign something's about to shift. You shouldn't confuse, temporary lack of clarity for a permanent lack of brilliance. That's key.
That's a really powerful way to reframe it because we do tend to internalize it, right?
Yeah.
Blame ourselves. Oh, I'm lazy or I'm just unmotivated.
Exactly. But it could actually be a signal for growth. You're not broken. Maybe you're just evolving, pushing against a new comfort zone, maybe.
Right.
Yeah. And mental resistance, it's not laziness.
Yeah.
Not at all. It's more like your brain's natural response to discomfort.
Okay.
It's a sign you're on the edge of growth, stepping into something challenging, something meaningful, perhaps. When your brain resists, it's often because it sees a threat, to its comfort zone.
So it's not telling you to stop.
No, not a stop sign. Just a signal you're doing something new, something important. The key is to sort of acknowledge it, accept it, don't fight it. Fighting just creates more friction inside.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. But for someone who's really deep in that self-blame cycle, how do they even start? How do they shift their thinking from fighting it to working with it? What's the first step?
Well, a really powerful first step, and maybe one we overlook sometimes, is visualization.
Visualization, like daydreaming.
Sort of, but more focused. Our brains, interestingly, don't always distinguish clearly between imagination and reality. Yeah, so research shows that mentally rehearsing something, like, say, playing a piano sequence in your head, can actually create similar neurological changes as physically doing it. You're priming those pathways.
Okay, so how does that help with being stuck?
You vividly imagine completing your task. Really feel the pride, the satisfaction of getting it done. And then you try to act from that feeling, that confidence you just imagined.
So you're kind of borrowing the feeling from the future.
Exactly. Borrowing that accomplishment before you start, it makes the actual doing feel less daunting, maybe more familiar.
That's counterintuitive for a lot of us, I think. It flips the script. But it does connect to that track you mentioned, perfectionism.
Ah, yes. The perfectionism trap.
Right. That feeling that everything has to be perfect before you even start. I know I get paralyzed by that.
You're definitely not alone there. It's a huge one. And a crucial mindset shift is learning to let go of that perfectionism.
Easier said than done, though.
Oh, absolutely. It feels like a strength, doesn't it? Striving for perfect. But it can honestly be the biggest roadblock. Progress.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen in flawless leaps. It's messy. It's iterative.
Rough steps.
Rough, iterative steps. Remember, done is better than perfect. Think about the brain science here. Your brain loves completion. Even a tiny, imperfect done gives you that little dopamine hit, right? That feel-good reward.
Okay.
That reinforces the action, builds momentum. Perfectionism. It often leads to analysis paralysis. It starves your brain of those positive cues.
So it's not about being sloppy.
Not at all. It's about optimizing for action, building that positive feedback loop. You have to embrace mistakes as learning because, well, you can't refine something that doesn't even exist yet.
Like a sculptor starting with a rough block of stone.
Precisely. Rough cuts first, then refinement. Not a finished masterpiece from the get-go.
Okay, so give ourselves permission to be imperfect. Just start. But what about that inner critic, that voice whispering doubt saying even our good enough isn't actually good enough? How do we deal with that?
Self-doubt. Yeah, that's a big driver of unmotivation, tied right into that inner critic. You basically believe what you keep telling yourself, so it's vital to challenge those negative stories.
How, though? When they feel so real.
Acknowledge the fear. Often, procrastination, especially on big, important tasks, has fear underneath it. So notice the fear, don't fight it, maybe take a short break, just breathe for a minute, and then focus on just the very next tiny step. Acknowledge the fear, let it be there, and then choose one small, actionable thing. Often, that tiny action is enough to break the spell of doubt.
Just one small step. Okay, so once our minds are starting to shift, maybe moving away from perfectionism, acknowledging the doubt, how do we translate that into actual, strategic action? Where do we start the real work?
Right. Clarity becomes absolutely crucial here. Like Marie Forleo says, ambiguity is the enemy of execution.
Okay, so get specific.
Very specific. Decide on one single project for a set time frame. A month, a quarter, whatever works. Define it really clearly, almost like a mini mission statement for that project. And this is critical. Identify emotionally compelling reasons why it's important to you. Why does this matter? For your heart, your mission, your family, maybe your bank account. You need to feel that why deep down.
Got it. Feel the why.
And building on that, set SMART goals.
Yeah.
Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. That structure gives you a roadmap. It helps you track progress.
And seeing progress fuels excitement, right?
Yes. Seeing those wins, even small ones, keeps you moving forward.
Okay, that makes sense for structure. But what about that overwhelming big thing? The project that just feels too massive to even think about starting. That's where I often stall, just looking at the mountain.
Yeah, the mountain. That's where task decomposition or chunking is your best friend.
Chunking, breaking it down.
Exactly. Breaking down those huge tasks into smaller, much more manageable pieces. This seriously reduces the cognitive load, the stress. It makes starting feel way easier.
So instead of write report,
Right, you break it down. Research topic X, draft intro, outline section 1, write section 1, edit section 1. Each one is a small, achievable win, not this giant looming report.
Okay, that feels more doable.
And this leads right into micro-productivity.
Yeah.
Using those small pockets of time, even just 5 or 10 minutes, for quick, meaningful progress.
Like checking one small task off the list.
Precisely. And every tiny completed task gives your brain that little dopamine hit we talked about, that feel-good chemical. It's your brain's reward system reinforcing the behavior.
The internal reward factor.
Exactly. You're building that internal reward factory by intentionally breaking tasks down and, importantly, celebrating those tiny completions. You train your brain to associate action with pleasure. It starts to crave more productive behavior.
Creating a snowball effect.
A powerful snowball effect. It builds momentum, makes you want to keep going.
I love that internal reward factory idea. So how do we actually get that snowball rolling, especially when we feel that initial inertia, that heavy drag, because that first step is often the absolute hardest?
Schedule it. Schedule your motivation. Don't wait for the feeling.
Just put it in the calendar.
Yes. Think Newton's law of motion. An object in motion stays in motion. Action generates motivation, not the other way around. Schedule specific times for action, ideally when you're most alert.
Your peak energy times.
Right. Be disciplined about starting. You can even try the eat the frog method. Tackle your most challenging, most dreaded task first thing. Get it done.
The Band-Aid off.
Exactly. Break that inertia. Once that big scary thing is done, everything else feels lighter, and you've already built that crucial momentum for the day.
Okay, schedule it. Eat the frog. What else helps keep it rolling?
Share your work in progress, early and often.
Even if it's not perfect.
Especially if it's not perfect. But here's the key caveat. Share it with the understanding that no feedback is needed yet. This isn't about critique at this stage.
Okay, why do that then?
It builds a default of progress, creates a rhythm. It avoids that stop-and-go whiplash of waiting for approvals or over-polishing something in isolation.
Like showing a few wireframes every couple of days instead of waiting to show all 12 at the end.
Exactly that. It sets an expectation, both for yourself and maybe for others involved, of consistent output. It makes inaction feel more jarring than action.
Interesting psychological trick there.
And remember, the minimum viable product, the MVP approach we touched on with perfectionism.
Yeah, the good enough version.
Right. Don't wait for perfection. Get the simplest good enough version out there. a rough draft, a basic outline, a simple prototype. Create something tangible that exists first.
So you have something to build on.
Exactly. Build the working foundation, then iterate and improve. Don't aim for the flawless skyscraper on day one. Just get the foundation laid.
Okay, that's a lot on the action side. What about our surroundings, our daily lives? How do environment and routines fit into this motivation puzzle?
Hugely important. Creating daily routines and rituals is incredibly powerful. Habits are fantastic for pushing through those unmotivated times. They automate action, reduce decision fatigue. Putting on your running shoes signals time to run, whether you feel like it or not. Small steps, done consistently, build these powerful habits. They become automatic pathways, not constant uphill battles.
Makes sense. Less thinking, more doing.
Exactly. And optimize your environment, too. Clutter, physical or digital, can be incredibly distracting and draining.
Oh, tell me about it. My desk, my inbox.
Right. Every item out of place is like a tiny unresolved decision nagging at your brain. So remove the clutter. Adjust lighting, maybe furniture, even background noise. Create a space that makes the good behaviors easier, that inspires you.
Like clearing your mental desktop as well as your physical one.
Precisely. Reduce the friction for the things you want to do. Remove the obstacles from your path.
Yeah, I've definitely felt that mental drain from clutter. It's not just about looking nice, it's about function. And it really highlights how much our physical and mental well-being plays into motivation. It's clearly not just about willpower, is it?
Not at all. Self-care is absolutely foundational. Consistent meditation, regular exercise, paying attention to your diet, these are crucial.
Why are they so critical for motivation specifically?
Think energy levels, focus, cognitive function. Your brain and body are like a high-performance machine, right? If you're feeding it junk or not giving it proper maintenance, you can't expect peak performance or sustained motivation.
So that energy slump could literally be lunch.
It absolutely could be linked. What we put into our bodies directly affects our energy and ability to feel motivated.
Okay. What else falls under self-care for motivation?
Taking digital breaks is vital. When you feel overwhelmed, what's the first instinct often?
Grab the phone, scroll.
Right. But that often makes it worse. It fragments your attention, overwhelms your senses even more. Stepping away, even for just 5 minutes, give your mind some space, some quiet. It can seriously boost productivity and focus when you return.
A mindful pause.
Exactly. A chance for the brain to reset and declutter. And related to that, practicing mindfulness daily.
Which doesn't have to mean sitting cross-legged for an hour, right?
Not at all. Mindfulness is really about being present and aware in the moment, without judgment. Simple things work wonders. A 5-minute breathing exercise, a quick body scan, even just observing things with your eyes closed for a minute.
Or turning chores into mindful activities.
Yes. Washing dishes, folding laundry. You can turn almost anything into a mindful practice by just paying full attention to the sensations. It trains your attention muscle, improves focus, reduces stress.
Okay. Mindfulness. What else?
Cultivating mindful gratitude. This is a powerful one. Our brains are naturally wired to scan for threats, for the negative. It's a survival thing.
The negativity bias.
Exactly. So actively noting things you're thankful for, maybe keeping a quick gratitude journal, can really ground you in the present and genuinely boost happiness. It helps rewire that default setting towards positivity.
Rewiring the brain. That's encouraging.
And finally, remember to work with your body, not against it. Take regular breaks. Burnout is the enemy of motivation.
Get up, move around.
Yes. Even small physical movements, like a quick walk around the office or your house, can clear your head and help you refocus. And track your progress. Celebrate even the tiniest wins.
Back to the reward factory.
Feed that internal reward factory. That sense of accomplishment, however small, is a potent motivator. It reinforces the positive actions.
Wow. Okay, we have covered a lot of ground today. From understanding why we feel stuck, seeing it as growth, not a flaw, right through to mindset shifts, strategic actions, environment, self-care.
It really is a holistic approach, isn't it? Looking at the whole system, not just trying to brute force willpower, which rarely works long term.
Yeah, it feels much more integrated.
And the key thing to remember is you're never truly stuck, really. It might take some planning, maybe some uncomfortable conversations, perhaps a bit of risk-taking, but you are always in control of changing your situation.
It's a process.
It's a continuous journey, absolutely. And consistency with these small strategies is what really makes the difference. Even slow progress is still progress. You're still moving forward.
And like we always try to emphasize here, information alone It never changes your life.
Action does.
Action does.
So maybe we can leave you with this thought to chew on. What one small action will you take today, right now maybe, to get that snowball rolling? Even if it's just good enough. Even if it's just one tiny consistent step.
Because, as John Green put it so well,
Your now is not your forever.